What's up guys, Zeenigami here. Let's go through the Chaos Difficulty Ace Coliseum. Round 1 is going to be versus the Decalvan brothers. Decalvan brothers are going to be Dex. They only have about 2 million hit points and they don't attack too hard. We're going to be using a double Blackbeard team, which is really easy. Double Blackbeard, all you gotta do is stick in your characters with the highest amount of health that you can get, and the Navy ship to give us some extra health. The Navy ship is the best ship for Blackbeard, mostly because Blackbeard doesn't care about how much damage you do with your attacks. He wants to get punched, use a special to kill their entire team. And the boss, the Decalvan brothers, has 1.93 million hit points. They'll attack every 2 turns for 7,600 damage. Remember, that is going to be quadrupled with Blackbeard Captain. If I take a hit here from this guy, it's gonna be about 4,000 damage. Sorry, not 4,000. I think it's 20,000 damage. I think they hit for about 5,000 each. So I can take 40,000 damage here. Yeah, what we'll do is I'm going to attack the Decalvan brothers with everything I've got. Wapple is an easier version of Coliseum Kid. Empties all our orbs. Kuma, give us all matching orbs. Monster Chopper to smack him down. And Uruji just to boost his own damage. And then we all attack the Decalvan brothers, bring them kinda low. Because whenever... Actually, I might be able to just one-shot him here. Whatever. So here we get hit by those two. The Decalvan brothers, when they're less than half health and they attack, they will deal 14,800 damage and silence your or bind your captain for 5 turns. But thanks to getting hit twice, use Blackbeard special, kills everyone on the outside, and finishes off the Decalvan brothers. Easy peasy fight. If they have a bad set of attacks, what you might want to do instead is attack if you only have like one guy attacking on turn 1, you can always use your specials, kill the one guy attacking on turn 1 and maybe another person, and then take out another 1 or 2 people on the second turn. So you try to take 3 attacks from characters, 3 to maybe 4 attacks from characters, depending on which characters are attacking. Round 2 is gonna be versus Oars Jr. Oars Jr. has a massive 8,900,000 hit points. He'll attack first on turn 2 for 22,600 damage, and he attacks every 4 turns after that. You can debuff him by any sort of means, so we're going to be using Golem Usopp to delay him immediately and just punch him a bunch of times. A Fujitora friend is quite nice because Fujitora cuts health by 20% and then 20% every single turn after that. So we're going to be using Fujitora. You can use him pretty early on. You can also... since we're using a Shiki captain with a Fujitora friend, we should have tons of hit points, so you can always plan on taking a first attack from Oars, using Fujitora first, taking an attack from Oars, and after you take an attack, then use Golem Usopp. So that way, whenever he gets below 50% and doubles his attack, you can start using your damage reducers on that doubled attack and just use your extra health for that. There are a lot of different ways you can space out how you stall this. You'll notice I won't even use my damage reducers by the time he dies, but we want to space out the Golem Usopp, the Alvida, and the Prone that we have, so that way we can take those hits. One thing we don't want to do, however, is get him below 20%, because once he's below 20%, he will attack for 200,000 damage, which Prona can still negate or not negate, but still let us survive with how much health we have. And then once you do get him low and below 50%, since he prevents death for 8 turns, you can either get him really low and then use a special like the 1,000 Slaying special when he's at 1 hit point to kill him, or you can stall it out with Golem Usopp and kill him after that, and that's what we're gonna go for. I'm gonna use my damaging specials from Shiki in 1 turn, damaging special from Manel in another turn, and then we'll have a ton of time to kill him with our Golem Usopp special. So it's not too bad. A pretty easy, doable fight. You can replace the Perona for a health cutter and just use Alvida and Golem Usopp specials so you take a few hits. You can also replace the Enel with anybody else. Enel is here because he is a nice, quick, driven character and also boosts our damage. Round 3 is gonna be versus Doma. Doma is a quick character. He is a 1-hit great barrier. So we're not going to be using a double Mihawk Slasher team. If you have a 6-star Law friend, you can use 6-star Law friend. That'll make it a lot easier to burst them down. 6-star Law with a Dex Mihawk friend or something, or with your Dex Mihawk captain or whatever. Any of these laws, here. Yeah, good enough. Why not? So we're using a Law Mihawk Slasher team. Mihawk Special is basically useless to us. But the ones that we care about are Doflamingo Special, and on our bottom row, we're gonna put Shiki and Double Finger. It matters who's on the bottom row because Doma will preemptively half your health, gain 1-hit Great Barrier, and also bind one bottom row character for 99 turns. And Doma has, like I said, 1.36 million hit points. He's going to cut our health in half. He attacks every single turn for 4,500 damage. He binds my Shiki, so no Shiki for me, which is fine because my Shiki special was off by 1 turn anyways. Well, who cares? We're going to be using Double Finger Special to boost our damage by 1.5 times. Doflamingo to boost our damage once again. And if we had badly matching Oars, we could use the Law here. Attacking first with Double Finger hitting the Great will break the barrier, and after that we just attack him. It's only he only has 1.36 million hit points, which means this will be a very, very easy kill to do. Piece of cake. If my Double Finger gets binded, would have just used a Shiki to boost our damage instead. You can also use any slasher booster like 3-Day to your Zoro or Koza or something like that. Round 4, we're going to be going against Vista. Vista's an int character, and he will preemptively silence our red, green, and blue characters for 11 turns, so you can't use things like Doflamingo. We're going to be using a Guild Tesoro Shanks team. You can do double Guild Tesoro, but Guild Tesoro Shanks gives you more damage. We want to keep our health as high as we can. And we're going to be bringing Kobe, Enel, Impact Out Usopp, and Hancock. Hancock and Impact Out Usopp especially are very, very nice to have because they are going to push our damage up as high as we can. If we get all matching orbs, which you can get or guarantee with Guild Tesoro on turn 1 or turn 2, and on stage 4 we're going to do our best to keep as many orbs as we can so we can burst with 1 turn, then burst again with another turn. And on to Vista. Vista will preemptively silence red, green, blue characters for 11 turns. On his turn 1, he's going to clear buffs, which does not include Hancock's buff, because Hancock's buff counts as a debuff on us, actually. So Hancock is going to stay. I'm going to use Impact Out Usopp on this. No, I'm going to use... I'm going to use Enel on this turn, and Impact Out Usopp on the second turn. And it's just because I can get fully matching orbs on turn 2. And I don't want to use Kobe yet, because he's going to clear my buff. So I'll Enel now, and then I'll Kobe and Impact Out Usopp on the second turn after he clears our buffs and debuffs. Don't forget that Guild Tesoro, he has a much higher boost to Cerebral and Driven characters, so we're going to we're going to attack with our Impact Out Usopp and Hancock first, because they have much lower damage than all the rest of them, Shanks and Tesoro and the like. So, here. And he is delayed by 1 turn thanks to Hancock. Alright, first turn. Not that much damage, that's fine. Clears buffs, we still keep the Hancock buff. Now we Tesoro for all matching orbs. Impact Out Usopp this turn, and Kobe. And Shanks. If he survives this turn, he will attack for, if he's below 50%, he'll attack for 10,000 damage. That cannot be reduced, so you can't use Alvida or well, Alvida and Perona are both going to be silenced anyways, but you can't reduce that damage with a damage reducing special. And but it is only 10,000 damage, so we will survive a hit. And on his turn 2, he'll also prevent damage above 50,000 damage for 2 turns. So if he does survive, we're going to try to attack him at as quickly to 50,000 as we can, just for that tiny, tiny little bit left if he's alive. But we should be able to deal about 3.5 million damage with this turn. 3.5, look at that. Nice. Now the last round is gonna be Kobe and Vista. Round 5 is going to be Vista and Ace. We are going to be using a double Stronghold Ace shooter team. I know it's not free to play, but the free to play teams I can recommend actually are both zombie teams. Later on, whenever Sabo comes out, especially Sabo and Kizaru, then you can make a double NL zombie team that is relatively quick and pretty reliable. But right now, in order to do a double NL team, you're going to need a lot of food luck in order to survive Ace, because you're going to need basically level 5 heal per turn, and to get lucky and get a food about once per turn in order to beat Ace until he revives. Or you can use a Vivi Laboon style zombie team, or a Pel Corazon or Vivi Corazon or something like that. You're going to need to use one of those teams. Now, Vista's damage that he does once below 50% that can be negated, that cannot be negated, that 10,000 damage, prevent death will work. So you can use a Vivi Laboon sort of captain and you'll be just fine. But those teams are going to take a heck of a long time, especially since we don't have anything like Sabo and good old global zombie teams just like the old times. How fun is that? Sabo, if you were here, we could actually make a free-to-play team that doesn't take 30 minutes to clear. But anyways, with this Stronghold Ace team, we're going to be bringing a Marco. You don't really need to stall much early on, since you're going to have your specials ready or you're going to have your Frankie and stuff specials by the time the 11 turn silence comes off of them. We want to get Vista to above 50% health and then move some orbs around. Maybe use Heracles in here, maybe not. That's totally up to you. And then we're going to use our Zephyr to boost our damage and try to get him down in 2 turns. We will have to take a hit or 2, maybe even 3 hits from him if you get some badly matching orbs. So ideally, you'll have a matching yellow orb on Heracles on 1 turn, and then get another matching orb on Heracles in this turn. And then by the time we need to use our specials again on Ace, the Heracles and the Zephyr will be up again. But we did get an orb on Frankie, which is all we needed, and that can take down the Vista. So now we have a ton of health left. Ace has 1.72 million hit points. He'll preemptively reduce our chain by half, so don't use a Rayleigh team. And he'll prevent debuffs for 99 turns. He attacks every 2 turns for just under 10,000 damage, which, when I was talking about that double NL turn earlier, the double NL team earlier, the most you can heal with double NL is about 4,400 damage per turn. So you will heal less than how much damage he hits you for, and if he gets you too low, you're dead. In fact, that's what happened to me the first time I tried the double NL team. We got so close, and we just got unlucky with recovery orbs, and that's it. So, against Ace with the Ace team, we're gonna just be punching him, and we won't be using any specials until we get low. We're gonna look to use our recovery orbs whenever it's convenient to do so. And then if we're going to die against Ace, that's when we're gonna use Marco special. Just hold on to that Marco special as long as you can. You can use either Marco hero. Yellow or blue Marco works great. The blue one obviously is better for an Ace team. But until that, we're just going to be punching him. We're not going to be doing that much damage, and we do have plenty of specials to use, but we're going to save those specials until after he revives. Because whenever he revives, he is going to revive to full health, and he's going to have the amount of damage he takes. So not only is our chain still lowered, he also takes half damage, and he doubles his attack to 20,000. The half damage taken, it's only going to be for 5 turns. So if you have high enough health, you actually can even stall out those 5 turns of half damage taken. So another thing you can do with this strong Ace team is to burst Ace early on using specials. But since we're going to be using our specials against the Vista, it's unlikely that you'll have them ready now. So you can use some specials early on, but just save your specials. Take them use your specials after he revives, and use your Heracles and your Zephyr and your Frankie together. If you do so, you can actually kill him as soon as he revives with Frankie, Zephyr specials, and 4 matching orbs from Heracles. Otherwise, just once again, just like we did before he revives, punch him a bunch of times and then take him out whenever you have to. Now, Ace is a middling character. He's one of the weaker Chaos-only difficulty characters. He is a Psi Free Spirit fighter, He's got a max attack of 1,270, which is okay, especially for a side character, actually one of the higher side characters' attacks, but not the best. His captain ability boosts the attack of fighters and free spirit characters by 2.75 after 3 perfects, so basically a weaker version of Gear 3 that is also limited by only letting you use fighter and free spirit characters, but it is a free-to-play captain that you can pair up with a Gear 3 friend. His special ability reduces the cooldown of fighter and free spirit characters by 1 turn, and reduces damage taken by 50% for 1 turn. Now this is a 9-turn special once maxed out, which is pretty short for a 50-turn damage reduction, but also pretty long for reduced cooldown by 1 turn. Overall, his special ability isn't that great. His captain ability is pretty useful for a free-to-play team if you don't have a Gear 3 of your own. And his attack stats are pretty nice to use as a sub to, as that 1,270 attack for a side character is pretty good. Side characters don't often get too high attack. His health recovery, 2,600 health and 270 recovery. Nothing too outstanding there. Guys, try to get your ace if you can. I would just recommend getting a copy or so. Or you can, if you have Stronghold Ace, farm him for your Stronghold Ace sockets. I've been Zeenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with the Coliseum. And y'all stay beautiful.